Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. And you know where I am. This is one of my favorite haunts up here at Circular Quay, and I'm up here at the overseas passenger terminal, overlooking the little boats, the ferries coming in and out, and I've got this magnificent view all the way to the Opera House. And if we keep on going round, if I go to the end up there, we'll get to see the Harbour Bridge as well. Anyway, it's Saturday morning, it's overcast, it's mild, it's beautiful actually. And I've got myself a new selfie stick. I broke mine yesterday. I've got the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, and it's just a little bit too wide for the clamp. And as I tried to force the phone into the clamp, it popped and broke. I'm lucky it didn't pop or break when I had the phone hanging over an edge or over a boat or anywhere else. Otherwise I may have lost the phone or damaged the phone, and I wouldn't have been too happy. Anyway, let's do a walk and talk as we normally do. It's more relaxed today. It's Saturday. It's the weekend. There's a few people about, but let's just head up to the other end of the jetty. As you can see, you've got the cityscape in the background, which is absolutely glorious. So what I want to do today is just touch on a quote that I came across, and it's a magnificent quote. It's an empowering quote. It's one for the young, one for the old, and it's something that the earlier you realise, the earlier you come across this information or this guidance, then the better off you're going to be. So I'll just stay here for a second and watch that little ferry just head out across me. But I'll stay over here. So the quote is all about criticism, and we're all fairly sensitive to criticism. It's not nice when people criticise us, and I guess the younger you are, the more immature you are, the more sensitive you are to criticism, because when we're young, it's all about feeling accepted, gaining approval, and fitting in with your social circles, your social orbits, because you feel as if you don't fit in, then you're going to miss out. It's that fear of missing out, which I guess keeps everybody in suspended horror, in terms of, if I lose my friends or if I lose my place at the table, then the whole world's going to collapse. But as we get older, of course, we realise that a lot of social circles, a lot of social constructs are all very temporary and superficial, and you get to find out over the years who your friends are, who value you, who respects you, and who dearly needs to have you in their lives. Anyway, so in terms of criticism, this wonderful quote that I'll read you right now is as follows. So criticism is something that you can easily avoid. You can easily avoid criticism, and here's the clincher. By saying nothing. So you can avoid criticism by saying nothing. You can avoid criticism by doing nothing. And the final one of this trifecta is you can also avoid criticism by being nothing. So to all the young people out there who are worried about criticism, don't need to be. Because if you're worried about criticism, then you're going to end up saying nothing, doing nothing, and being nothing. because that's the only way to avoid criticism. It doesn't matter what other people think. Well, it does matter, but it doesn't matter all that greatly. You know, we don't basically we don't ignore other people's advice and other people's feedback. We take it on board, of course, but we use our critical thinking and we assess what they're saying based on the values that we have, the goals that we have, and the dreams that we're chasing. Because at the end of the day, we're living our life, they're living their life. You know, we've got our challenges, they've got their challenges, and we can't live a life worried what other people think, because if we do, we'll end up doing nothing, because each and every person has a different worry, a different fear, and a different set of limitations. Now, there are people out there, should I put it like that, who are living their life with a handbrake on full. At the end of the day, you know, we need to live our life. We need to enjoy our ride. We need to enjoy our time. We need to make mistakes and to live with uncertainty, because there's nothing certain out there. The only certain thing in our lives is that life is going to be uncertain, unpredictable, but that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it enjoyable, and that's what we all look forward to. Now, we've got to make time in our lives to make the most of its unpredictability. Anyway, who do you think said that quote? Right, we've said it. Criticism is something you can easily avoid by saying nothing, doing nothing, and being nothing. Do you know who said that quote? Well, that quote was uttered 2,500 years ago by one of the ancient Greek philosophers, Aristotle. Aristotle, who was Plato's student or disciple, and Plato was Socrates' student and disciple. So, and it may have been said well before Aristotle by other philosophers over time, because one thing that we do learn is that there's no such thing as original thought. Whatever you think, whatever you say, whatever your parents say or think, whatever anybody says or think, has been thought of before many, many times and been pondered before by millions and millions of people. So how do we use this? I guess the way we use it is to use it as a warning that if you want to not be criticised, then say nothing, do nothing, or be nothing. But is that your calling? Is that what you came on this earth to express? A nothingness? I don't think so. So don't worry. My mother used to say, people talk, even talk about the king. So it doesn't matter who you are, people will criticise you. Because everybody's got their level of OCD. If I do something my way, it'll be different to how somebody else would have done it or wants to do it, because they've been brought up differently, they've got different experiences. But there are 1,001 ways to do every single task, or most tasks in life. And you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it every single time the way your boss wants you to do it. Now, just tell the boss, tell your parents, tell your grandparents, tell your mentors, your teammates, your workmates. You just tell me what you want to achieve and let me figure out how to do it. And don't criticise me. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me how to do it. Let me figure it out. Because your way works with you, and it may not work with me. We've all got preferred ways of getting things done in our lives. So that's one thing. So we talked about criticism. I'll head back down. We've talked about criticism, but the other thing we also need to take into consideration is that we must not be the criticiser. There's nothing worse than a whinger or somebody who just continues to criticise and cause grief amongst their family, their friends, because they've got a level of OCD which causes them disruption, pain and suffering, and then they take that pain and suffering and disruption and foist it onto their family, their friends and everybody around them. It's most unwelcome, and your job as a leader in your own growth and development is to make sure you let people know that their criticisms, their unconstructive criticism, I should say, are unwelcomed. By all means, take on board constructive criticism. But keep in mind that criticism can be damaging. It can damage somebody's self-worth, self-esteem, and discourage them from trying things, from being and from doing, because they take it on board and they overthink it, they over-worry about it, especially if it comes from somebody that they look up to. So parents, grandparents, carers, teachers, workmates, just spare a thought that we're all in this together. We're all partners in each other's development. And if you're going to say something, say it with love, say it with care. And when you're explaining to somebody about something, always put it into terms that they can understand, and let them know that it's for their growth and development and for their improvement, as opposed to making you feel comfortable or making you feel important. All right, that's it for today. I'm really happy with this iPhone 12 Pro Max. Just so you're aware, I've also bought myself a gimbal, DJI gimbal, which will allow me to have a more cinematic experience in my vlogs. I tried using it yesterday. Bear with me. I tried using it yesterday, so I'm just getting used to it. But once I master it and get the hang of it, I'll see what I can do. And what I will be doing in the near future is running vlogging classes for anybody who's interested. They'll be free of charge. Vlogging classes where we get together and just go through, and I'll show you the techniques and the equipment that I use, and we can basically develop those skills amongst a number of people, because as we've said before, everybody's got a message to tell. So to my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and most importantly, don't take criticism too seriously. It's been a problem, it's been a challenge to everybody for thousands and thousands of years. So if you're being criticised, you're not the only one, but just take it on board. Use what you can use out of the criticism from a constructive perspective, and just ignore it if it's something which is not serving you. So I guess that's about it. So thank you very much from Jim's 5am Club. It's warming up, it's beautiful. So we'll chat again. I can't wait to come to you again tomorrow at 5am from a different location with a different topic, and hopefully we can go on a volta and we can grow and develop and all learn something new and get through the day and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Yassas from Jim's 5am Club. Bye for now. Kita leme. Yeah, bye.